get a job with IBM. IBM at the time didn't have a lot of black salespeople. And the only salesperson I knew about was the one that worked for a company called Young's Distributorship, and it was owned by Korean people, I believe. It was a liquor distributorship. And I get a job with IBM. I was recommended without having a degree because they needed some black people in the organization. This is how I felt. At the time, black guys like myself could have a mustache, not a beard. The white guys that worked for IBM could not have a mustache or a beard. And the difference was that in reference to our society, black people have mustaches and white people didn't at the time, and they didn't have beards. And I remember one occasion where after working for IBM and having success, the manager insisted that I interview a couple of people. And I told him I didn't want to do it. His name was Charlie Glass. I said, Charlie, I don't want to do that. That's not my responsibility. He insisted that I review these two guys. It was a black guy and a white guy. And both of them were qualified to work for IBM, in my opinion. And I told the manager that as well after interviewing them, after he insisted I do it. One thing I told the white guy who had a beard, he had red hair and a red beard, a nice looking beard. I told him to his face, they're going to invite you back here, but I'm telling you, don't change your look. Come with your beard and mustache because they're going to ask you to do something. I'm not going to share that with you. Do not shave. So after a month of interviews and what have you, they invited the black guy back and the white guy back. And they hired the black guy, he qualified, what have you, and the white guy qualified too. But they were shocked that he had shaved. And I agreed. I said, why would you shave? Well, I wanted to make a presentation. I said, that's not the point. I asked you not to shave. What happens is you had something to give IBM and you didn't. They have the opportunity to ask you to shave. And if you said yes, then you're aboard.
Team player.
You're aboard. You didn't understand. Come back as you are, and the company will ask you to do something for them. Mm-hmm. Because the standard was not beards or mustaches for white employees. Mm-hmm. So he didn't get the job.
Oh.
He didn't get the job. He did not get the job. And the manager didn't want to tell me that, but I knew that's the reason why. See? So that's part of our life experiences. You didn't hear anybody ever say that about hair on your face when all the guys, everybody black and white got hair on their face today. But then that was not the case. They didn't want you to look a certain way.
What year is this?
This is in probably in the 60s.
Okay.
Yeah, in the 60s.
Late 60s, early 70s?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I was working for IBM and I got married in 1963.
Okay.
Yeah, I worked there. So I worked for IBM for, maybe 6, 7, 8 years.
Gotcha.
I had a dispute with the manager. I'm the kind of person that you accuse me for doing something I didn't do, and I left. I left a fantastic company because they said I stole a typewriter. I couldn't believe it. And all my fellow employees told the manager, this is not what Palmer does. It's impossible. But you said that, and I left the company.